Ludo stops his motions, and for a moment, he is still. Then, a chuckle escapes him, a low, disbelieving sound that fills the room with its resonance. I think, he says, turning to face you with a smirk that doesn't quite reach his eyes, that you have lost it, old friend. His words are light, but they carry an undertone of seriousness, a recognition of the tension that hangs between you. But the danger you are in is real, he continues, his tone becoming grave, the smirk wiped away as if it was never there. Let's see what Sheila will find out. Where is Sheila, exactly? She's meeting a contact at the Magic Academy, Ludo replies without looking up. His voice is steady, but he avoids your gaze, focusing intently on the papers. Said she'll be meeting you in your room later this evening. A frown etches itself across your face, thoughts and suspicions swirling like a storm. Yet Ludo continues, seemingly unfazed, dawn is approaching. You should return to the Golden Sparrow. Janice is likely worried sick about you.
Janice, you echo, disbelief edging into your voice. How do you know he's even there? Don't play coy with me, Ludo. What's going on?
Ludo offers an all-knowing smirk in response, his silence speaking volumes. You hold his gaze for a moment, the tension in the air thick enough to cut. The urge to press him for answers wars with the knowledge that truth is a slippery commodity here. You hesitate, your mind a battlefield of questions and fragmented truths. Finally, you nod, the motion more resignation than agreement. You're acutely aware that answers are as scarce as trust. Ludo approaches with a strip of black fabric, his smile apologetic. I'll have to blindfold you again. Precautions, you understand. There's a hint of regret in his voice, a subtle acknowledgement of your fragile bond. As the world goes dark with the blindfold's embrace, Ludo's voice is a low murmur by your ear, trust no one. Not even me. It's a chilling counsel, carrying a weight that lingers in the air. His hand is firm on your arm, guiding you through a twisting corridor labyrinth. The air shifts, becoming more relaxed, the scent of earth stronger. You're navigating the city's veins, underground passages known only to a few. Ludo's steps are confident, his pace quick yet measured, as if every turn and stair is etched in his memory. Emerging into the fresh air, the blindfold is removed, revealing the pre-dawn world. A cluster of ruins, cleverly concealing the hideout, lies silent in the faint light. As you step away, a moment of hesitation seizes you. Sheila. Can she truly be trusted? The question hangs between you, a thread of doubt in the growing light of day. Ludo strokes his chin, his gaze distant yet piercing. She's had chances to betray us, yet here we stand. Our paths align, at least for now. His eyes meet yours, a glint of unspoken understanding within. But keep your dagger close. Trust is a luxury we may not afford. You make your way through the winding streets, moving with purpose. The city is coming alive, merchants setting up stalls, children playing in alleys, the smells of baking bread and roasting meat wafting through the air.
Alright, it is time to go back to the inn, so let's start going. Ah, okay. Arena Master, no. District. Athena Cotton. Let me talk to her real quick.
Your path crosses with that of a woman, standing alone before the town's central statue. With a tilt of her head, she seems entranced by the ancient inscriptions etched into the stone base, a look of curiosity and contemplation painting her features.
Let's see what it is. I'll go with two. Looking for hidden treasures, or just admiring the craftsmanship you tease, stepping closer with a playful smile. I happen to be the expert in deciphering hidden messages. Maybe I could be of assistance?
She stiffens, the interest in her eyes quickly replaced by irritation. Thanks for your concern, but I'll manage, she snaps back, the coldness in her tone making it clear you've overstepped. She returns to the inscriptions, effectively shutting you out. Ignore her and continue on your way.
Oh, that didn't go well. Yes, I will go on my way. I'll go here. City guard. Don't really want to deal with them. I'm at the inn. Let's meet the guests. See if there's someone I can meet. Ah, I'll speak to this young lass.
Seated near the bar, a woman idly runs a fingertip along the rim of her glass, the soft hum lost beneath the murmur of the inn. Dark curls frame a face that gives little away, her expression calm and unreadable. She does not seek conversation, but there is something about her, a quiet patience, as if she is waiting for something or someone. You step up to her table and clear your throat. Excuse me, may I have a moment? I suppose I have a moment. What is it?
Hello, Tabitha. We haven't had a chance to meet yet. I am the great Eric.
Tabitha regards you with polite curiosity before offering a handshake. She nods. Nice to meet you, Eric. The conversation flows easily, and though brief, it leaves a positive impression.
Let's talk some other time. Yes, let's go outside the inn.
At last, you reach the inn, its golden sparrow sign creaking slightly in the morning breeze. You slip inside. The common room is empty save for Olivia, diligently cleaning a bench. Her usual greeting halts abruptly as she notices your state. Welcome to Golden. She starts, but her words fade into concern. What happened to you?
Oh, it's just a few scrapes and bruises. Nothing I can't handle. But what about you? You look a bit tired. Don't you ever rest?
Olivia pauses, a hint of surprise in her eyes at your concern. She gives a small, weary smile. There's always so much to be done around here, she admits. Footsteps sound on the stairs, and Janus appears, his axe strapped at his back. He grasps your shoulder firmly. Good to see you in one piece, my friend. His eyes are knowing. I sense you have a story to tell. Before you can respond, Janus turns to Olivia, who has paused her cleaning to acknowledge his presence. Olivia, can we have a few ales and maybe some eggs and cheese? He asks, his voice carrying the ease of a regular who knows the comforts of the inn well. Olivia's brief smile is a testament to her resilience and care, the kind that keeps the inn and its patrons going. She nods to Janus and sets about preparing the simple yet hearty fare, her movements efficient and familiar. The clinking of dishes and the sizzle of cooking food soon fill the air, blending with the low murmur of your conversation. Janus leans in, his face etched with lines of concern and curiosity. The room's soft lighting casts shadows that seem to listen in anticipation. So, he starts, his voice low and steady, what have you been up to? With a forkful of eggs, you begin your tale, recounting the events at the deranged hermit, the unexpected reunion with Ludovic, and the harrowing rooftop chase. You describe the eerie encounter with Sheila, the assassin, and the unnerving revelation about Rayla. As you delve deeper into your story, you see confusion etched onto Janus' face. His brows furrow in perplexity as he interrupts you, his voice filled with uncertainty. "Wait a moment," he says, words tumbling out in a rush. "Did you say Rayla? As in Claire's sister?"
Yes, you respond. Lovett claims he has only one sister, Claire, and for some reason it feels both right and wrong.
Janus pauses, a troubled expression crossing his features before speaking again. "But, Claire told us so many stories about growing up with her, Ludovic, and Rayla by the campfire."
Do you remember any of them? You ask curiously.
Janus opens his mouth to respond but then closes it, unable to recall any specific tale.
Okay, this will sound strange, you say, but did you have any odd visions or dreams lately?
There is a brief moment of hesitation before Janus answers, his eyes widening briefly before shaking his head. "No," he replies hesitantly. "I haven't had anything like that." "Why do you ask?" You recount your own experiences, the sudden flashes of Lildhorp Barrow's ancient halls and the latest vision of the dancing crone, dancing with Rayla. As Janus reflects on his own memories of that day, confusion etches deeper into your features. The dissonance between your recollections and his account adds another layer of mystery to the already complex tapestry of your shared past. "I remember that too," Janus says, his voice tinged with uncertainty. He rubs the stubble on his chin, a gesture you've come to recognize as his way of grappling with puzzling thoughts. "But you never danced with Rayla that day. She left early, and we ended up having a few more drinks with Claire." His brows furrow as he scrutinizes your face, seeking some sign of recognition or agreement. You meet his gaze, your mind racing to reconcile the vividness of your memory with his contradiction. The memory of the dance was so clear, so real, the sway of the rhythm, the touch of Rayla's hand. Yet here is Janus, as trustworthy and steady as ever, offering a completely different version. Your silence is heavy with confusion and unspoken questions. Sensing the tension, Janus attempts to lighten the mood. He throws his head back, his laughter booming through the inn like a clap of thunder. It's a sound that usually brings comfort, a reminder of the camaraderie and resilience that have seen you both through countless perils. "We should both see an alienist," he proclaims, the mischievous glint in his eyes softening the edges of his jest. He gestures for Olivia, who approaches with a knowing smile and a pitcher of ale. As she pours the amber liquid into Janus's mug, the rich, yeasty scent fills the air, mingling with the smoky aroma from the hearth and the underlying notes of savory spices drifting from the kitchen. The familiar smells of the inn wrap around you like a comforting blanket, offering a brief respite from the unsettling revelations. You watch the bubbles rise in Janus's mug, the light flickering off the smooth surface of the ale. The moment feels suspended, a breath between the chaos of what has happened and the uncertainty of what's to come. Yet, even as you try to lose yourself in these mundane details, the dissonance between your memories and Janus's words persists, an insistent undercurrent of unease that refuses to be ignored. Questions whirl in your mind like leaves caught in a tempest. What really happened that day? The memory of the dance with Rayla is as vivid and tactile as anything you've ever experienced, yet Janus, whose word you've always trusted, remembers it differently. Why do your recollections differ so drastically? As the gravity of the situation sinks in, you can't help but feel a deep sense of unease. Something is definitely wrong here, and someone wants you dead. Claire is missing, and the truth about Rayla remains shrouded in mystery. Moreover, Janice's freedom and your safety in Lanford are hanging by a thread, dependent on your ability to deal with the growing threat of the Thieves' Guild in the Market District.
Janice, you may have been joking about seeing the alienist, but perhaps it's a good idea. Understanding our own minds might be critical in what's facing ahead.
You stand, feeling the fatigue of sleepless hours and relentless tension in your bones. I think I really need some rest, you tell Janice, your voice betraying the weariness you feel. I've been sleepless since yesterday. I can see it in your eyes, mate, Janice remarks, a slight smirk softening his usually stern features. Take the time you need. He gives a nonchalant wave with his mug, the ale sloshing slightly, as the taproom buzzes with increased activity around you. With a reassuring nod, you make your way towards the stairs, comforted by the knowledge that Janice has your back. Retire to your room. Navigating the familiar hallways of the Golden Sparrow, you reach your room, a modest yet comfortable space that Olivia has taken great care to ensure feels welcoming. The room is adorned with simple furnishings, a sturdy wooden bed with a feather mattress, a small table with a wash basin, and a candle holder with a half-burnt candle. The moon's soft glow filters through the sheer drapes in your room at the Golden Sparrow Inn, casting serene light over the sparse, comfortable furnishings. The bustling noises of the day have faded into a distant murmur, replaced by Lanford's nocturnal symphony. Your mind churns with thoughts of murders, the captain's cryptic behavior, and the sinister implications of the thefts. As you pace the room, the moon casting shadows that dance on the walls, your thoughts inevitably drift towards Sheila. The air hangs heavy with anticipation, not just for the news she brings but for the reunion itself. The very room where your paths crossed under less than auspicious circumstances now awaits her return, a testament to the unpredictable nature of alliances in these troubled times.
Yes, despite everything, I find myself oddly drawn to Sheila. There's something about her. It's foolish, I know, to entertain such thoughts. Yet, as I wait for her arrival, I can't deny a flutter of excitement.
Despite everything, you can't help but acknowledge a budding sense of attraction towards Sheila. It's an odd sensation, considering your tumultuous history. Yet, as you await her arrival, there's a part of you that can't help but admire her resilience, her strength, and yes, her unexpected charm. The way she moves, speaks, even the intensity in her eyes, it's strangely captivating. You catch yourself blushing at the thought, a mix of anticipation and an emotion you didn't expect to feel, especially not for someone who once sought your life. Suddenly, a faint sound catches your attention. Turning toward the balcony, you see Sheila's silhouette emerge, graceful and silent as a shadow. Her dark cloak billows in the night breeze, her eyes reflecting the moon's glow. She deftly swings over the railing, landing softly on the wooden floor. "You look like you've seen a ghost," she quips, a wry smile curving her lips as she observes your pensive state. Her presence shifts the atmosphere, injecting a mix of urgency and odd comfort. You know that whatever news she brings will be significant.
Sheila, I have been expecting you. Please have a seat.
With graceful steps, she strides over to the bed and perches on its edge, her posture the perfect balance between alertness and ease. She reaches up to tuck a stray lock of hair behind her ear before leaning in close, her voice dropping to a conspiratorial whisper. You should know what Jared told me. It's unsettling, to say the least.
I shift my body to face Sheila directly, showing her that she has my complete attention. Please continue, I urge her.
As Sheila settles beside you, her mind races back to her meeting with Jared at the Magic Academy. The memory is vivid and urgent. The halls of the Magic Academy were dimly lit that night, the usual bustle of students replaced by an ominous quiet. Moving through the shadows with silent footsteps and alert senses, Sheila found the corridors unsettling, familiar yet whispering sinister secrets. She located Jared in his usual secluded nook, surrounded by ancient tomes and flickering candles that cast long shadows against the stone walls. He looked up with a face etched with concern and intrigue. Sheila, he greeted softly. I'm glad you're here. What I've discovered is disturbing. She took a seat opposite him, her gaze fixed on his. Tell me, she pressed, her voice steady. Jared leaned in, the candlelight revealing deep worry lines on his forehead. The murders, the drained blood, it's not random. It's ritualistic, tied to an ancient, dark magic I thought was just a myth. Sheila inhaled sharply. What kind of ritual? And why? He hesitated, then revealed an old, leather-bound book with yellowed pages. It describes a ritual to summon a powerful being from beyond our world, a creature of shadow and blood bound to the summoner. But the cost is steep, the lives and blood of innocents taken under a full moon. A chill ran down Sheila's spine. While Lanford was no stranger to dark tales, this reality was terrifying. And you believe this is what's occurring? Someone is conducting this ritual, she asked, her thoughts whirling with the dire implications. Jared nodded solemnly. The patterns aligned, Sheila, the timing of the murders, the full moons, the drained blood. Someone might be close to completing the ritual if they haven't already. And if they do? He left the thought hanging, the unspoken horrors clear. A creature of such malice could unleash devastation not just on Lanford, but the entire realm. In the shadowed confines of your room at the Golden Sparrow Inn, the air hangs heavy with revelations and unspoken questions. Sheila, outlined by the moon's pale light through the drapes, speaks with a voice sharpened by urgency. There's more, she finally says, her tone a blend of steel and dread. The grimoire prophecy mentioned a foolish adventurer destined to unleash an ancient evil. It also spoke of an orb, darker than the night sky, as the catalyst.
Are you sure Gerald translated it correctly? I asked with a smirk. Maybe it was a chosen one destined to vanquish this ancient evil.
Her look speaks volumes. Memories of Lildhorp Burrow flood back. The haunting presence of the orb, with its mesmerizing swirl of cosmic lights, was the last thing you remembered before chaos erupted, and you lost everything dear to you, especially Rayla. The notion that you might be the foolish adventurer foretold to bring about such darkness is a bitter pill to swallow. Sheila's gaze meets yours, a flicker of remorse passing fleetingly across her face. I was hired to kill you to ensure the prophecy's fulfillment. But when the moment came, I failed. And this failure made me a target, forcing me into hiding and, now, into this uneasy mess with you.
Your eyes narrow, a torment of anger and confusion swirling within. You are sent to kill me, yet here you are, warning me of danger. Why stay, Sheila, when you could just easily run?
She looks away, her silhouette tensed. Because now, our fates are intertwined. If you die, I likely follow. We're bound together in this, whether we like it or not. We need each other to survive what's coming. It's not something either of us can escape. Is that all, you ask, a hint of skepticism in your voice? That is all, she replies, but the unresolved tension in the air tells you otherwise. Fine, you finally say, we'll face this together. But the moment I sense betrayal, our alliance is over. She nods, understanding the precariousness of your trust. Agreed. But we must act quickly. Whoever is behind this has deep ties within Lanford's power structure. We need to uncover their identity and stop the ritual before it's too late. Return to world map.
Yes, this is a time to end right here. We will continue our adventures and find out what is going on. Thank you, and have a nice day.